Have you ever woken up in the dead of night, the house is completely quiet, and you just get that feeling you're being watched? You open your eyes and bam, there's your dog, sitting right at the edge of your bed, staring at you with those huge, soulful eyes. It's kind of eerie, right? But also profoundly intimate. Most of us just roll over, thinking, oh, they just need to go outside, or maybe, man, my dog is being a bit creepy right now. But what if I told you that midnight gaze isn't just some random habit? What if your dog is actually trying to send you a secret message? A message that reveals the absolute depth of their trust, their hidden anxieties, or even a silent plea for their own safety that you might be completely missing. You see, we all think we know our dogs perfectly, but there's a whole world of silent communication happening right under our noses. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're going to decode this silent language and uncover some hidden truths.
So think about this. You're talking to them in those quiet moments, and they hit you with that slow, exaggerated head tilt. It's literally one of the most misunderstood gestures in the entire canine world. Most people just think, oh, that's adorable, or assume the dog is confused by a weird noise. But what are they really saying? That innocent little head tilt reveals something so much deeper about how your dog sees you. Because when they do that, they aren't just reacting. They are actively processing your world in a way that makes sense to theirs. Picture it. You're whispering to them in the dark, and suddenly they freeze. Their ears perk up, they lock eyes with you, and then that gentle tilt. Dogs obviously don't speak language the way we do, right? So they rely 100% on your tone, your rhythm, and the familiar sounds of your voice. By tilting their head, they are literally, physically changing the angle of their ears just to catch the real meaning and emotion behind your words.
It's basically their way of saying, wait, I know this matters. Let me understand you. But here's a crazy physical reality that almost everyone misses. You know how dogs have, well, snouts? Sometimes the physical shape of that snout actually blocks their view of your face. So when they tilt their head while you're talking, they might actually be trying to peer around their own nose just to see your facial expressions more clearly. They aren't just looking at you, they are trying to really read you. They're adjusting their entire field of vision to better grasp your emotions. And studies actually back this up, showing that dogs who do this a lot are the ones paying the absolute closest attention. It shows a seriously high level of engagement, intelligence, and emotional awareness.
It's basically a bridge connecting your two worlds, right? A sign of ultimate focus. And when you get this intense, unwavering focus during those calm, quiet nighttime hours, it is a silent pledge of absolute trust. Think about it. Out in the wild, holding steady eye contact with another animal is usually a challenge or a direct threat. But with you, your dog is choosing to stay, choosing to listen, and focusing completely on you because they feel incredibly safe. It's absolute vulnerability. But, and this is a massive but, this deep bond of trust carries a weight that a lot of us don't fully grasp. Your dog trusts you blindly, especially when it comes to what you give them in your shared home. We love our dogs, right? And we often show that love through food. Tossing them a late-night snack or slipping them a bite of dinner feels like the ultimate act of affection. Our intent? Totally an act of love. But their reality? It can literally be a metabolic explosion. Without even knowing it, we are betraying that blind trust by feeding them seemingly harmless human foods that act as hidden dangers. Did you know everyday items sitting in your kitchen right now could turn a joyful moment into a life-threatening emergency in just a matter of hours? Which brings us to our first hidden danger, the sweet assassin, xylitol. Let's talk about peanut butter. It's the ultimate dog treat, right? We use it all the time to hide nasty pills or just to say, good boy. We think we're being awesome pet parents, giving them a wonderful reward. But here's the catch. Some really popular peanut butter brands, along with stuff like sugar-free gums and certain yogurts, contain xylitol. It's a sugar substitute. Now for humans, it's totally safe. But for dogs, it is a literal chemical ambush.
The biological process xylitol triggers is terrifyingly fast. It goes exactly like this. Step 1, rapid absorption. Step 2, a massive insulin surge. Unlike us, dogs absorb this chemical instantly, which completely tricks their pancreas into flooding their body with massive amounts of insulin. This rockets them straight into step 3, severe hypoglycemia. We're talking blood sugar dropping to dangerously low levels within like 30 minutes. And finally, step 4, liver failure, seizures, and potentially even a coma. It's heartbreaking because your dog is lovingly licking the spoon, trusting you completely, while inside, their body is literally spiraling into organ failure.
Okay, let's move on to our next category of hidden dangers, comfort foods and quiet agony. You see, it's often during those cozy, routine moments, like cuddling up at night, that we unintentionally break their trust. We share our everyday comfort foods to show affection, but we really need to uncover the hidden agony lurking in incredibly common things, like dairy and bread. Remember that secret message we talked about earlier? Well, sometimes it's actually one of silent suffering that they just can't put into words. Here's a surprising fact. Most adult dogs are actually lactose intolerant. As they grow up, they lose the enzyme needed to digest milk sugars. Yet, we constantly share a little piece of cheese, a splash of milk, or some flavored yogurt. To us, it's a sweet little bonding moment. To them, it can mean hours of severe bloating, cramps, and diarrhea. They curl up on the floor, and we just assume, they're sleepy. We are completely unaware that their gut is in absolute agony and they're just suffering through it in silence.
And it isn't just dairy. Let's talk about the bread gas bomb. Seriously, a simple, innocent slice of bread crust from your dinner roll can become an absolute metabolic nightmare. If that bread contains active yeast, guess what happens? It continues to ferment inside your dog's warm stomach. That releases trapped gas, causing incredibly painful bloating. And in severe cases, this gas causes a deadly condition called GDV, or gastric dilation in volvulus. That is where the stomach fatally twists on itself. They look up at us with those sparkly, begging eyes, we toss them a piece of crust, and we literally have no idea we might be dropping a gas bomb right into their gut.
And that brings us to our third major category: savory threats and pancreatitis. This covers all those savory table scraps, the bacon, the deli meats, the little bits of sausage we sneak to them under the table. Most of us think a tiny sliver of sausage is just a harmless indulgence, right? Just a little treat. But the reality of giving dogs processed meats carries risks that go way, way beyond them just putting on a few extra pounds. Take a look at the number 3 here. Why 3? Well, to put things into perspective, if you feed just one single strip of bacon to a 20-pound dog, biologically speaking, that is the equivalent of a human eating 3 entire grease-drenched pizzas in one sitting. No way, right? But it's true. Their bodies are small, and their digestive systems simply cannot handle that intense concentration of salt and saturated fat. It is quite literally a loaded gun for their pancreas. And all that heavy, greasy burden leads straight to this: pancreatitis. This is a severe, life-threatening inflammation of the pancreas triggered by those high-fat foods. For your dog, the pain from this condition literally feels like they are burning from the inside out. Plus, let's not forget that processed meats like sausages and deli meats are absolutely packed with nitrates. Those preservatives build up in their system over time, drastically increasing their long-term risk of cancer. We honestly think we're treating them to the best parts of our meal, but we are unknowingly attacking their most delicate internal organs. Okay, I know this is a lot, which brings us to our final and definitely most important focus: loving your dog safely. Now, if you are listening to this and feeling a massive wave of panic or guilt right now, because, let's be honest, we've all shared some of these foods, just take a deep breath. You are hereby completely absolved of past guilt. You are acting out of pure love and you simply didn't know. But moving forward, we have to demand accountability from ourselves. Let's look at some healthy, amazing ways to truly honor that midnight trust your dog places in you. Here is exactly how you can still give your dog awesome treats completely risk-free. If you want to give them that creamy, lickable texture they absolutely love in peanut butter, just swap it out for mashed pumpkin. It's highly actionable, super delicious for them, and totally safe. What about dairy or cheese? Instead, try offering a small spoonful of unsweetened coconut yogurt. And when those soulful puppy dog eyes are begging for savory bacon or salty processed meat, just give them a little piece of boiled, skinless chicken instead. Seriously, it just takes a tiny bit of knowledge to completely transform how we show affection to our furry best friends. So, let's go back to the quiet stillness of the night. The next time your dog is sitting by your bed, staring deeply into your eyes, and they hit you with that gentle, searching head tilt, I want you to remember what that midnight gaze really means. It's a profound bridge between your two worlds. It's a secret message saying they feel absolutely safe and completely reliant on you. They trust you blindly with their lives, their health, and their comfort. Knowing what you know right now about the hidden dangers lurking in your kitchen, what will you choose to feed them? It's a huge responsibility for sure, but armed with this knowledge, you are absolutely ready for it. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and please, love your dog safely.